Welcome back. In the previous videos, we have learned about the moment area theorem 1, its derivation, and have also practiced few questions based on moment area theorem 1. In this video, what we are going to do, in this video, we are going to learn about what is moment area theorem 2, and also we are going to derive that theorem. So here is the statement of that theorem. We are not going to learn about the statement first. First, let's learn what the theorem says. So for explaining what the theorem says, I have taken a simply supported beam which is having a concentrated load acting on it. Due to the load, the beam will deflect something like this. The red color over here shows the elastic curve of the beam. Now in this elastic curve, let me take 2 points A and B. Now we will draw two tangents from point A and point B respectively. So here I have drawn two tangents from point A and point B respectively. Now our purpose is to find this distance which is shown in orange color. This distance is called TBA. It means it is represented by TBA. It means it is the deflection of point B with respect to the tangent drawn at point A. So the first letter B represents at which point we are going finding the deflection, at which point we are finding the deflection. Let me write deflection at. So deflection at B, and this deflection is with respect to tangent at A. So this is the meaning of this expression TBA. By moment of area method 2, we can find this deflection TBA and not the deflection of the beam with respect to horizontal. Okay, so first thing first, this TBA is what we can find using this theorem and not the deflection of the beam. So this TBA is the deflection of point B with respect to tangent drawn at point A. Now, once we have understood this, let's move ahead. So what this deflection TBA will be equal to? So according to the theorem, it says that this deflection TBA will be equal to first moment of area of M by EI diagram taken about the point B. That is about the point where we want to find the deflection. So in simple words, let me tell you what does it mean. We want to find this TBA. For that, first we have to draw M by EI diagram. I have already explained you what is M by EI diagram. It is the moment diagram divided by its flexural rigidity EI. So first we find the M by EI diagram and take the first moment of area between these 2 points. That means we have to find the area first and then find the centroid of that area. Let's suppose this point over here is the centroid of this area, and then we have to find the distance of this centroid from the point B, which is known as x bar. This is the centroidal distance from point B of this area. So simple. If we want to find TBA, the step number 1 is to find the area of M by EI diagram and then multiply that area with the centroidal distance x bar. Now it is very important to choose the x bar. Suppose we have to find the deflection of point B, then we will take the centroidal distance of the area from point B. Now suppose we have to find TAB, that means the deflection of point A with respect to tangent drawn at point B. That means it is this distance. Then we'll find the area of M by EI diagram and we'll multiply the area with the distance between the centroid of the area and point A. This means x bar A. We will take x bar A if we want to find T AB and x bar B if we want to find TBA. So things will become much more clearer if we solve few questions in the upcoming videos. So here is the theorem. I'll just read it out for you. The theorem states that the vertical distance between the tangents at point B, so we have drawn a tangent at point B on the elastic curve and the tangent extended from another point A. So there is another tangent drawn at point A equals the moment of the area under M by EI diagram between these 2 points A and B. And very important point is that this moment is calculated about point B, where the vertical distance TBA is to be determined. Okay, so that was all about this theorem. Now let's derive this theorem. So for that, again, I am taking a simply supported beam with a concentrated load acting over here. Due to the concentrated load, the beam will deflect something like this, which is known as the elastic curve of the beam. This is the elastic curve. Now, once we got the elastic curve, let me take 2 points in this elastic curve, point number A and point number B. So I have taken 2 points. Now what will I do? I'll draw the tangents to these points. So I have drawn the tangents. Our aim is to find TBA, that is distance of point B with respect to tangent drawn at point A. It is represented by TBA. For finding out this distance TBA, let's consider another 2 points P and Q on the elastic curve. Now from these 2 points P and Q, what we will do, we will draw two normals and two tangents. The normals will intersect at point O here, which is nothing but the radius of curvature of the elastic curve, and let this angle be d theta. Now we will draw two tangents from these 2 points P and Q and let them meet at point, let's say C and D over here. Okay, now I have already explained you, if you extend two tangents, this angle between these two tangents will also be equals to d theta. I have explained you in the previous video, so I'm not going to repeat it right now. Okay, just understand this. This is, if this is d theta, this angle is going to be d theta as well. Let the distance between P and Q be dx, and let the distance of O from point P, that is the radius of curvature, be R, capital R. So let me mark this radius of curvature as capital R. So here is the radius of curvature, and let this curvature be capital R. Okay, now we can say that this dx is equals to r d theta, right? And from the flexure equation, that is m by I is equals to sigma by y is equals to E by R. This is the flexure equation. From this equation, we know that 1 by R is equals to M by EI. Am I right? Now, I'll rearrange the first equation, that is equation number 1, and write it as d theta is equals to 1 by R dx. And I'll name this equation, I'll name this equation as equation number 2. Now I'll put equation number 2 in equation number 1. That is, instead of 1 by R, I'll write M by EI. So we can write d theta as M by EI dx. Let this be equation number 3. Now let the distance between C and D be dt. Okay. And let's suppose the distance from here to B, point B be x. It is from the center of P and Q to point B. This distance be x. Now can we write dt as x d theta? How come? Because this deflection is very small. The deflection of the beam is very small. So this distance in the green color, which you can see, is nearly equal to x distance. So we can write dt is equals to x d theta. Let this be equation number 4. Now instead of d theta, let me put m by ai dx. Okay, so dt is, from equation number 3 we are putting it to equation number 4. dt is equals to m by ei x dx, right? Now we have to find the whole distance TBA. This is TBA and not just dt. We have to find this bigger distance TBA. So for finding the distance TBA, what we will do? We will integrate theta from point A to B. Okay. So integrating both sides from A to B, what we get from point A to point B, integration dt is equals to integration m by ei x dx from point A to B. Now, first part LHS of the equation will give you TBA, and the second part is nothing but the first moment of area of the M by AI diagram from point B. This is for I'm writing first moment of area. M by EI diagram between points A and B about point B. So that was all about this theorem. I hope you understood the theorem and understood the derivation as well. Though the derivation is not that important, rather the theorem is more important. Things will become much more clear when we solve many questions based on this. So stay tuned and wait for the upcoming lecture. I'll be solving many problems which has been previously asked in the engineering services examination and make your concepts crystal clear. So that's all for today's class. Bye bye and have a nice day. Do like and follow me for more and comment your precious suggestions and queries. Bye bye.